Hello everybody, I'm the Gaming King, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Showdown. Now, guys, luckily I am able to run on the computer I usually see and able to run stuff on, so hopefully everything is better now. Now, capture's good. I got the card back. The software I originally used to run games, so that's good. And hopefully I won't get so win again, because I don't have to basically do this 500 times. So yeah, let's get this started. So basically I decided to lead off with Fragate while he leads off with Tyranitar. And I knew he was going to switch, so I decided to go for a Waterfall, see what he does. It does practically nothing to this Amoonguss. So I decided to switch out, go to my Typhlosion, take whatever he wants. And I decided to fire off a Flamethrower, I believe, or Focus Blast. As I forgot which. Yeah, actually I went for an Overheat, which just sucks because Heat Rate is fast fire. So I basically go to Air Force since I basically have nothing to hit this thing with. And I make Evolve and go for a Dragon Pulse, expecting Excadrill to come out, and that does happen. Oh wait, no, I went for a Thunderbolt. So yeah, So basically, now I go to my Donphan since I really have nothing to take out this Excadrill, and he goes into a Snowball for some reason, while I go for an Earthquake, which is stupid because I didn't see the Air Balloon the first time. He decides to Mega Evolve and go for a Calm Mind, which really does suck. So I basically have to Toxic this Pokemon. It has Flamethrower, which is even worse for me. So I decided to Giga Drain here. Basically get my HP back, while he decides to go for a Flamethrower. I do not get the burn, which is good. So I'm gonna switch out Preserve, and he decides to switch out and go into his Fable. I decide to Dragon Dance, and he decides to Moon Blast. So I'm like, okay, that's good. And Waterfall is able to knock out Clefable, and now he goes out to Amoonguss. Now I decided to go for Ice Punch, try to knock this thing out, but I live on 1, which is good. So now he decided to switch out to his Snowball. I still decided to Ice Punch, and now I decided to Waterfall here, expecting T-Tar to come out or another Pokemon like that. So yeah, that's good. But fortunately, that Amoonguss is back at full health. So now Excadrill comes in, and I just basically send on Donphan again. So I do decide to go for the knockoff, get rid of this Amoonguss's leftovers, which is good for me. So I decided to switch into Meganium since I really have nothing for this thing. And he decided to switch into Snowball to basically get a free switch in on something. And that's going to be the Amoonguss. So I decided to switch up to the Reflect so that way the Excadrill won't come in and be a pain. And now I decided to set my Typhlosion and go for a Focus Blast because I predicted the Heat Rate and I missed, which sucked because that Heat Rate would have been dead. So I decided to go for another Focus Blast. It does connect, and he does get the Special Defense drop. But he does have Fast Cannon, which really doesn't do anything. So I decided to go for another Focus Blast. It misses again, which sucks even more. And I decided I had to go for another Focus Blast, but I miss again! What the hell, Typhlosion? So I basically had to switch into Ampharos. But luckily, he does go for the Spore, and I am asleep. So I decided I had to go for a Dragon Pulse, see how much damage it does. And yeah, that substitute isn't really going to help this. And Ampharos has ridiculously high special attack. So anyways, I'm going to go. He goes into Extra, which is good for me, because now I can just go into Donphan and just Earthquake everything. Actually, not everything, just practically everything. So Donphan comes in, he decides to switch out into Amoonguss, which is fine for me, since it's going to get knocked out after this, and nothing can really touch Donphan. And Earthquake, it doesn't kill me, and yeah, that sucks. And now he decides to send a Heatran, and Fast Cannon is unfortunately going to knock me out, but Tyranitar is able to come in, and I am able to fire off a Crunch and knock it out. So yeah, that's the first game, and that was actually a really tough game. I made some misplays on my part, but it's alright. I'll be back for round 2. So here we are with round 2, and this is going to be a hard one, so let's get this started. So I decided to get off with Donphan, basically I decided to go for an Earthquake, just in case he wants to set up his rocks. I really have nothing for him. he decides to sell his Stormy, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to go out to Meganium since I have nothing for this Pokemon, and yeah, that's good for me. Now, he decides to switch it to his Minichick, while I decide to go for a Toxic. And that really doesn't do much damage. And so, anyways, I go to Donphan, basically hoping to get some damage off, and he goes for a high jump kick and misses, which sucks for him. So now he decides to switch into his Sylveon and decides to go for knockout, predicting some other Pokemon to come in. And he goes for a Heal Bell, which sucks. So I decide to Rapid Spin, get away with my rocks, and decide to go into my type Flosion, basically predicting the Hyper Voice. And I go for the Overheat, predict, just to get damage off, and he goes for a Wish. I should have stayed and just overheated again. And I thought he was gonna Wish protect, but nope. So anyways, he does get off the high jump kick, and I do Earthquake, which means that next time he decides to high jump kick and do damage on me, he's gonna get himself knocked out. So yeah, that does happen, and I'm gonna sound my gate, and I'm going to I believe Toxic something. Yeah, I Toxic the Tangrowth, which is good for me. And yeah, that's not gonna be good for Tangrowth. So I decided to switch into Ampharos and just drag and pulse something. I mean Power Gem something, since that's gonna do tremendous damage. And because he basically has a Dragon and Electric immunity, which sucks for me. So now I decide to switch into my type Frozen again, and he decides to switch into his Nandris. So I'm like, oh, this is not good. So I basically have to fire off an Overheat, otherwise I'm screwed. And lucky that does happen, and I decide to go into my game again, go for a Giga Drain, and he goes down to Storming, which is good for me, because Stormy is able to do something. So I go into for some reason I decide to go to Feraligatr. I have no idea why. Why, to be honest with you, I really wasn't thinking. So I do go for the Crunch. Not, oh yeah, because I predicted the Sylveon switch, and that's right. So I do go for a Waterfall, hoping to take the Sylveon out. And he goes for a Wish, which sucks for me, because I really want this thing dead. So now I basically go for another Waterfall, and it isn't doing anything to it, and yeah, that sucks. So I go to Meganium again, and decide to go for Effect, just in case the Nandris comes in. And this is where it starts to become a pain in the ass, because I basically have to get in Tyranitar, so that way I can attack the Sylveon on. And now I go for an Iron Head, and basically to knock out Sylveon, but he predicts that and goes out into Tingle, so I'm like, oh great. So I basically have to go for a Stone Edge here. Yeah, and that does not knock it out, unfortunately. And he goes for the Giga Drain, which does not do enough damage to knock me out. So I decide to go for another Stone Edge, which is able to knock out the Sylveon next turn. And he goes for a Protect, seeing what I'm going to do. So it doesn't really matter. And plus, he goes into Tangrowth again. So I really should have Stone Edge there. Yeah, but lucky, I can just Stone Edge here, and here's where Sylveon finally dies. So it's not looking good on my part at all. And I basically have to let Tyranitar die here. And I decided to go into Meganium and just Giga Drain some. No, I decided to go for a Toxic here, since I think that the Nandris was a bulky set. So I decided to go for a Giga Drain here. It does a decent amount of damage, and he goes for Knockoff, which I don't really care about. But I am able to go for a Giga Drain and knock Tangrowth out next turn. He goes for a Hidden Power Fire, I believe. I have no idea why, but anyways, Nandris comes in, and if I can lift an attack, and he goes for an Earthquake. I think predicting the Ampharos, but luckily I am able to win that game as well. Oh, and that was a tough game. I made a major misplay. Yeah, Johto is not the easiest team to do, so we'll be back for the third battle. So we are back with the third battle, and I see a lot of Heat Rares today for some reason. I have no idea why, so let's begin. So I decided to deal off with Donphan, he decides to deal off with Nandris T, so I'm like, okay, let me get off by Stealth Rocks, and he goes for Knockoff, gets rid of my Rocky Helmet. Not the biggest kill in the world. He then decides to go into Keldeo while I switch out into Meganium. I'm like, this is good. I can just Giga Drain this thing. And it does a decent amount of damage, not gonna lie. And and he misses his focus gas again while I go for that, predicting like another Pokemon to come out like Bishop or something like that. So yeah, it does suck that his career is gone, but here comes a Bishop finally, so I decided to switch out into Donphan. And knowing that I can practically take anything this Bishop decides to throw at me, and he gets the flinch, which sucks, and how come? And on the subject of that, how come basically every time I get flinched like that, like it sucks. Like, can that stop happening? So, anyways, Latias comes in and he decides to go for a side shock. I can't stay in with the game. I'm going to use it for a fall order, and he goes for a Draco Meteor and gets a crit. Now I'm gonna this, and I know that doesn't do too much, but come on, that's crazy. So I think I sat off Meganium here, yeah, since it really can't do anything. So I decided to switch into Feraligatr and just Dragon Dance, I believe. No, I Waterfall. Okay, so now I decided to go for another Waterfall since, yeah. No, I decided to go for an Ice Punch in case the Landorus comes in. And now Landorus does come in, and I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm going to Waterfall. But sadly, I do not outspeed, and I now go into my Donphan and basically trying to go for a knockoff here. And now this is where it gets annoying, because I can't really, because I'm trying to knock off this Landorus. He's leftovers, and at the same time trying to get rid of this stupid Heat Fan. So now, next turn, I think this is what the turn where I finally go for the knockoff, and finally able to get rid of this Landorus. He's Choice Scarfed, and yeah, that is great. So now Heat Fan comes in, and Heat Fan could just destroy me here, yeah, literally. And now Ampharos comes in, and I decide to Thunderbolt just to get that, because I thought I would outspeed. And now I decided to send Typhlosion, which is a dumb move, because now he gets Fast Fire, and I can't do anything about it. I should have just let Ampharos die and just go for a Flamethrower. And I missed another Focus Blast! But luckily, Tyrannus does come in, and luckily he misses, and no, he lands the Focus Blast, but I do that because I'm a Assault Vest. And I am able to win my third game, so I'll be back for game number 4. Okay, so I am back for the fourth game, and here's where basically I almost get a sweep going. So he decided to switch out to Zumaro. I decided to go to Meganium, basically fire off a Giga Drain. No, I go for a Reflect, and he goes for an Ice Punch. So I'm like, okay, I'm screwed. I need to go into Feraligatr and do some damage. So he just switched out into his Rotom. I decided to go for a Crunch, since I know that would do a tremendous amount of damage. So I then switch it back out to Meganium, and he goes for a Voltorb, which is back out into a Zoomer, which sucks for me. And he goes for a knockoff, which is once again great for me, because I'm able to get all the HP a Zoomer got for me. And now he decides to switch into his Tornadus, which again isn't really the best thing in the world. So I sell my Tyranitar, knowing that he can't really do anything against me. And he goes for a Hurricane against the Confusion. So I'm like, oh great. Luckily he got the Confusion, because it forced me to switch out to my Ampharos, and he goes for a Superpower, but luckily he does get paralyzed. So this gives me the perfect opportunity to Mega Evolve and go for a Dragon Pulse. I believe I went for a Dragon Pulse here. Yeah. So now I'm just so basically now I just fire off a Thunderbolt here. No, I basically go on to Donphan. Yeah, that sucks, and I basically lose my Donphan here. Yeah, and yeah, rip. So now I decide to go out to my Feraligatr, fearing the Water Pulse or Earthquake Waterfall. He goes out to Scizor, which is what I wanted when I'm able to set up a free Dragon Dance and knock the Scizor out. And here comes the Azumarill. Azumarill can't do anything, and I am able to knock that out as well. And here comes Rotom, and since I have front, I knock that out as well. And he forfeits, because his last Pokemon were Tornadus, Heatran, and Gliscor. Now Tornadus I can knock out with an Ice Punch. And Heatran I will do massive damage, or at the very least, I'll at the most knock it out. And for Gliscor I have Ice Punch. So yeah, yeah, he's going to lose it. And I will see you all in the final battle. Okay, so I'm with you guys in the 5th and final battle. This is actually sort of a really tough one for me. So yeah, let's get this started. So yeah, so he decides to sit in Silver. I decided to sit in Tiger. I'm like, okay, let me switch into Meganium because I really need some damage on this thing. And nothing really wants to take a Scald or Psychic from this thing. So he decides to sit in Garchomp. I'm like, okay, that's good. He's probably going to set up a Reflect. He's probably going to set up Rocks. So he does set up Rocks. So I decided to set up my own Rocks because of the Volcarona and Skarmory, which is good for me. So now I back out to my Meganium. He decides to go for a Calm Mind. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to put this thing on a timer. And I am able to Toxic. And he goes for another Calm Mind, which is not good for me. So I go for a Light Screen, and it does nothing to me. So now I'm really just able to go for a Giga Drain here, but he sends out Skarmory, which again sucks for me. So now I go out into my Ampharos, basically so I don't want to take the Brave Bird, and he goes for a Defog. They rid both our Rocks. This is one reason why I don't like Defog. Okay, you set up Rocks, you have to get rid of your own Rocks in case you also have Rocks, which I don't like. Like that sucks. So now I switch out to Meganium. No, now he switches out to Diancie, and I switch out to Meganium. Like, okay, Giga Drain will do a tremendous amount. No, I decided to go for a Light Screen, in case I do not want to, in case I don't live for Tyranitar to come in. And I decided to go for Moonbass, and I guess he predicted the Iron Head, which sucks. So I'm like, this sucks. But luckily, I am able to set up my Ampharos, and nothing wants to take a Thunderbolt. He is able to get rid of my screens, but no worries, because Thunderbolt is going to kill something. And Thunderbolt, yeah, that hurts Skarmory. And he decides to go for another Roost, but Thunderbolt again, and now he doesn't get his 50% defense boost, so yeah, Thundurus is going to take a lot of damage. But it's still able to live, and he decides to go for the Surge Wave, knocking out my Meganium. So now I decide to send in my Typhlosion and go for a T-Wave. So I'm like, okay, I don't really care about Typhlosion that much since basically I'm able to win. So now I decide to go to my Tyranitar. He decides to go for a quick dance. Look, once again, I am Assault Vest, so which is good. It does 40% to me, and I am able to knock it out with a Stone Edge. And now Diancie comes in, and now I'm able. He does get a crit, which sucks for me. So I have to send my Donphan, and I basically go for the Rocks just in case he wants to switch a lot. So now I decide to go for a knockoff, get rid of his leftovers, and I think that was a stupid part of my decision, because I knew I could have taken a hit from the Diancie, but I wanted to get a Dragon Dance off on Feraligatr. I really should have lifted for luck, and he do not give me a burn. But luckily, I am able to take Slowbro out, and Skarmory isn't able to outspeed me, and yeah, you can figure out the rest from here. Yeah, so yeah. And it's a crit too! So yeah, those were actually some fun battles. I made a bunch of mistakes. Johto is not an easy generation to win with. But luckily, I am doing home now, so hopefully that's easier. I'm the Gaming King, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.